Version 1.1 is coming, 3 new characters in the pipe with King Yi, Jen and Seth, finally a husbando, I'm very happy about it, but is Zenless Zone Zero really worth playing? The game has been top gacha mobile revenue worldwide by far during the months of July, and after having playing the game, testing the game across all my mobile devices, reaching the end game content as a free-to-play, today is my short review and experience about the game, and I will give it a note out of 10 at the end of the video. Before we get started, please let us know if you have been playing, enjoying the game or not, and if there is any mistake or if you have a different experience and opinion, please don't forget to drop it in the comment section below. 2 important points about my honest review today. Number 1, I'm indeed a real free-to-play. There is no F2P plus BS on this channel, no battle pass, no hidden beginners package. No, it's all free. I didn't spend a dime to test the game fully. And number 2, as many of you know, I play gacha games only on mobile devices, and I specialized in testing mobile optimization and frame drop rates in using my old and latest devices I've got to provide best setting recommendation for my fellow mobile players to enjoy the best experience they can. So as a mobile player, I have a disclaimer. You understand that the mobile performance optimization is going to be a heavy component in my reaching at the end of the video, because if we compare it, for example, to Wuthering Waves, which is a game I love, I've been playing, covering on the channel, a game can only be as good as you can play it. And the mobile optimization is an absolute disaster on WUWA when it comes to, the frame drop. And when I say a disaster, it is not based on the few users who indeed have outdated phones. I repeat, the game sucks even if you have the latest chips on the market available. With 12 GB of RAM, the frame drops easily below 30 with an average of 18 frames per second at a 60 frames per second configuration. So let's stop saying it's just a phone issue. No, it's indeed a poor optimization from the developers, as the game cannot run smoothly even on the recommended setting, and all of it shows with the financial fiasco of Wuthering Waves so far in July. So hopefully they are going to do better, because otherwise they are going to keep falling every single month. Now let's go back to ZZZ here. I would like to share my quick account review to give you an idea about how far I've been grinding. I'm still grinding on a daily basis, so let's get started. I'm level 47. I have cleared every piece of the side contents you could potentially find in this game, the event, the exploration, even the trust mission. I unlocked most of the characters here. For the background image, absolutely love it. And I have reached endgame here, incurring the holo, the boss, and currently I'm grinding back my shield defense. I feel confident I will get through the stage 5 again, as we just had the reset. Now it was important for me to really push as far as I could before to give you my review. I didn't want it to, make just after 2 days when it was so much negativity on the game, make those all review my verdict. Those should have been called first impression. Anyway, for my full team here, this is full free to play with 2 mono elemental teams. The first one is my ice team with Eden, Lycon and Sukaku, and the other one is my electric team with Anton, Rina and Ambi. For the pools, I must confess, I've been very unlucky on the 50-50, as I would have preferred, for example, Grace instead of Anton, which requires a lot of investment for endgame content, but I have learned to truly appreciate him, his persona, design and gameplay along the line. Now, I would like just to show you quickly my gears, my power stats, so you can put pause on any time of this video, because I have cleared all the content so far with those power stats and those gear, so feel free, I'm just gonna let through and keep talking. For example, I tried indeed to get an weapon. I will do another video. I guess a lot of people say, oh no, you should not. You should absolutely try to pull, even if you are F2P, not on every single banner, not every single hero, but you should pull for exclusive weapon. It's day and night. But the fact that Ellen was so broken that, the star engine I believe worked so well with her, but she just make anything work with whatever the gear main stats I have on her. She's just fantastic. But for most of my character, by the way, you can see here that most of my support also have critical rate on slot 4, and I think it matters to understand that when you are not spending in this game, you're gonna end up with some ugly roll and substats because you have to keep your resources to progress. So when you don't have 5 dupes, for the DPS character or the exclusive weapon broken, you're gonna find out having your support able to drill additional damage matters a lot to speed up the clock in clearing the little mobs, all those waves before the big boss. For me, it has done the job. And let's get started now with the review with number 1, the mobile performance graphics. So being built on the Unity engine, the same used for Genshin Impact and Honkai also as well, that makes the game very easy to run on the minimum and the recommended system requirement. And this is why, once again, ZZZ is taking over financially on games like Wuthering Waves, period. So when actually you have a crossover game that cannot run shit more than 20 frames per second average during combat, with very demanding reactive gameplay and truncated also as well, you just screw up the entire mobile experience. And I know this very well because you can find my best video recommendation, setting recommendation for Wuthering Waves on the channel, and as the game is getting just worse and worse after each version and patches. So for ZZZ, the optimization is on par with the best gacha games out there running on the same engine, and the overall game design is just top-notch production, hands down. Number 2, gameplay mechanics. So for all the morons out there who early on say that ZZZ was just easy to smash buttons after giving up before level 30-35, indeed it is not. And by fact, if you are not learning the last boss's enemy skill rotation in endgame, if you cannot make the difference, you don't make the difference in between, parries and dodges, you're gonna really need to, just crack your wallet and try to power creep the game, because otherwise you are going to feel the challenge. And most importantly, there are 3 key components that truly makes the game enjoyable and the fight enjoyable to me. It's number 1, the team synergy. So either you are going for a classic team-based DPS stun or even full mono, or you are going for DPS abnormally disordered team composition, it always truly takes my focus, my concentration on the stun or the elemental indicators on the enemy bars to be able to tune each of my hero skills accordingly in order to time them out at the right moment. And number 2, dynamic and reactive mechanics. I feel people should give props to the developer teams here. They found the right amount of touch sensitivity when it comes to the parry and dodge with the spacing, because it feels truly dynamic. The camera wide angle movements are always on point in this game, and the slow motion integrated are very smooth. It's just a delight. There are also few hidden controls and moves you can pull out on many characters, but most importantly, knowing your character buff, debuff and skill cancel is so underrated in this game, because there are skills in which you cannot take damage in the sequence. For other skills, you cannot be interrupted, and all of this require a good amount of character understanding and timing. And especially endgame, it makes a real difference in between you not being able to complete the challenge on time because you did not manage to kill the boss within the time limit, and being concentrated, focused, getting the wins and the juicy rewards that comes with it. So yes, I really feel like ZZZ has been a great, rewarding and challenging gameplay to me. And number 3, it is indeed a very mobile-friendly, touchscreen-friendly game, and it matters. For example, and I don't want just to diss on Wuthering Waves because I'm covering the game, I love the game for what it is, and one of the issues, it was designed at its core to be a fast swiping gameplay on the keyboards, mostly, or on the joystick in between the characters, because you have 6 to 7 buttons on the turn screen. On the mobile, it's very small, it's very hard. But however, for Wuthering Wave, for endgame, I'm just still doing exactly the same regular rotation again and again. I have no skill issues, it's just very easy repeat. You don't need all that keyboard powder to the eyes the people are sending you on videos. No, it's BS. You can clear endgame in doing the same regular rotation again and again. But however, to come back to ZZZ here, in terms of on-screen controls, they are doing a fantastic job to keep my thumbs happy with 3 buttons instead of 6 or 7 to play the game, and yet offering me a good amount of complexity, challenge, reactivity on some tough stages. Number 3, graphic design. So I think they silently nailed the Stranger Things feelings, where everything happens around your local towns. You got the music store, the coffee shop, the gadget store. Let me put it another way. It is clearly a futuristic tech neon urban environment, but yet they excelled in adding that touch of old school, retro in all the designs, the character, the environment, from the end of the 70s, the 80s, and also they bring that cozy, laid-back feeling from these golden years. And if you are old enough like me, you know what I'm talking about, but for the fashion, the trends are always and always will be in design a remix of what was trending 30 to 40 years ago. And while I am not a fan of the few direction ZZZ took in terms of character design, like Piper for example, or some of the costumes, the maid obsessions they have, however, I absolutely love the Victoria House characters. I've truly enjoyed playing on the different short maps, streets and location that give me a funky vibe along the way, while mastering luminosity and contrast, as every single box and structure in this game are so well polished that give me a very happy pixel experience. Number 4, content and character storyline. So no worries, no spoiler on this channel. I know it is not going to be a popular opinion, but first, I love to read stuff. And most importantly, I do pay attention to the different storylines. And as most of the gacha, a lot of the side story and content are totally detached, from the main plot. And ZZZ also has this load of irrelevant side quests like any game, but they did something special. They are still delivering that extra mile. To make it short, the characters' persona and designs really make it that you keep just enjoying the process of meeting some new randoms client and investigators during the grind. Overall, I truly enjoyed the main character's side quests, the side stories you can find at the video store, in which you learn more about their organization, the relationship, with some deep dive, on the key heroes, with some absolutely mind-blowing cutscenes that, if it was at the theater tomorrow with a long anime format, I will 100% pay for a cinema ticket for my seat. Also, what I love about the main plot, the storylines, it's all the tangents, the multiple happenings in between the different characters and close-up and the main organization woven into one big thread. Overall, the world of ZZZ, the storyline and its component feels alive, coherent and well linked to each other on the grand scale. Number 4, quick mention about the soundtracks here. Legit the best soundtracked mobile game released in 2024 that I've played this year by far. I can't play any of the song because the video will probably be taken down, but I would say that overall the sound experience is as critical as the content to me nowadays, so big props here. Number 5, progression. So thanks God they indeed answered to the big elephant in the room, the TV networks, and they are going to cut a lot of it, and I'm definitely happy like everyone about it. The issue is they clearly try to timestamp the main content, like any gacha game nowadays with, a lot of irrelevant side quests, because we know that the amount of main content is always lacking in the gacha. They need to put some fillers, right? But ZZZ really did us bad early on in doing a lot of too long to get through maps that brought absolutely no challenge. It feels for some of them really repetitive. It was a hassle at that time, but now people are being very harsh on the design about the TV network. In my opinion, I feel like it's super clean, and I just want to add that I truly want it to still be a part of the game. For some of the meaningful maps, like the holo where your choice matters, the challenging and short puzzles, the quizzes also as well, I want them to still be a part of the game, but as a side content and not as the main content. But they have started the change. They already increased, by the way, the speed of the proxy, so that's pretty good, and they did few improvements that are showing the good way to lead further to me. For the overall progression, except the few casual soft cap that you find in any gacha, the game is loaded with a lot of content for you to clear, in between exploration, stories, completion goals and quests, and the regular event quest. ZZZ always offer me the option to keep playing after I'm doing my dailies, and I really enjoy it, and they reward me for it. For example, for the money grind, your characters and gears can be a struggle as a free-to-play, but you can re-enter the holo up to 15 times per week, and that's a little trick, but you can quickly get like 500,000 on a weekly basis just in going for free even if you don't have any stamina when you are short in the wallet. And one of my favorite places to be also and spend some extra time is the video game center, the arcade game. I'm old school and I fit perfectly the target audience, and thanks God they did already few events for the arcade game. They want them to continue. I really just appreciate it. It's such great rewards, great vibe, and I like to keep challenging myself also for the top leaderboards. So to compare to many games that truly leaves you with absolutely nothing to do in between updates, the ZZZ developers are doing a great job to leave the door open with contents for you to clear while giving you some good incentives and rewards in which, when I'm stuck for example, I don't need few days or a week of grind just to level up a bit my character or gears to clear the next piece of art content. I truly feel that I'm improving my account consistently after I daily logged out. Now number 6, user interface. So while it is clean, it remains a mess to me. Not that it is not intuitive, it is, but it's the way they placed, and sized, drop listed few of the menus that makes it very annoying for the navigation sometimes. Also, I truly feel like they need some redesign. For example, for the gear, they need a redesign. I appreciate the large animated characters design, but the gear icon, or the filtering, especially on mobile, they are not very recognizable, they're pretty hard to read, so not a fan of those, and hopefully they are going to improve it, redesign a bit the interface menu for a more straightforward navigation. Now number 7, economy. I'm a free-to-play, and the only thing I can say after reaching endgame is it's a hell of a free-to-play friendly. As I mentioned to you, you can get so many rewards in grinding here and there, and when you look at the revenues, they have clearly understood that doing a game that is very accessible and easy to play on mobile allows a lot of small dolphins, the pay-to-support players I call them, to be able to buy, the lowest beginner package and the battle pass. I think those are pretty worthy if you want to spend some money, aside from having some big whales package too. As I mentioned earlier, overall they've created many sections to convert the different rewards you can grind in the game and offers to any type of player the ability to get the main gear stat, and the character level up along the way no matter what. I've never felt yet that I need to bank on the game to keep progressing, so I am absolutely not surprised of their revenue success. And now it's time for my personal rating. Thank you for hanging up here, and overall I will give ZZZ a good 7.5 out of 10 for my mobile experience so far. And if you have played the game or if you are playing, feel free to let us know what could be your rating out of 10. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Remember to destroy that like button and hit that bell, turn on this notification to receive more content and support the channel. And as usual, I wish you all to be safe, to be well, and until the next, stay tuned everybody.
That's the essence, life should go.